Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. As you can see here, you're looking at my BegleitPanzer, which means escort armor. So I'm going to show you this game I had, explaining to you what I did, etc., and how this is going and things about this tank, etc. So it will be helpful for you, perhaps if you're considering working on this line or if you're going down this line. And we'll get to this tank in the future. So hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, please leave a like for it. That will help spread the word. And now we're going to get down to the actual video start. So I'll see you in a second. So this is the BegleitPanzer. Now this one I'll show you here in a second on the tech tree, just to give you an idea in case you don't know where this is. After you see this video, you might be interested and go, you know, that looks pretty good. So here we go. Now this is in Cold War. It's an Era 2 tank. It starts from the line that begins with the M46A1. This tank is a free tank. Literally costs you $0, and all you have to pay for is your equipment. And then once you complete the M46A1 medium tank, your next tank will be the RU-251 light tank. Not very expensive. After you do that one, there'll be the Jagdpanzer 4-5. And once you complete that one, you move into the rocket tank destroyers. And that one right there you see here is, you know, Raketen Jagdpanzer 2, which is, you know, rocket hunting armor 2. I believe that's the correct translation. The next one after that, now this the Rocket Panzer is the first of the Era 2. Second one in that era is the Marder A1. Pretty good. You know, light tank, but with rockets and a chain gun. And then, of course, once you complete that one, you get to the BegleitPanzer, which is escort panzer or escort armor, escort tank, however you want to, you know, refer to it. That's what it translates to be. This one has a chain gun, limited ammo, but very effective. In general, it has like a 96 rounds in the chain gun, and I don't know how many rockets it has. 8, I think. Sounds about right. I will check in a second. And when you finish that one, this is the final one of Era 2, and then we get to Era 3 in the Marder A3. Now the key thing about this, Marder A3, very effective tank. Obviously, I have not played it myself, and the reason I haven't played it is because, well, I have a weasel. So it's one of those things. Now, I'll give you the breakdown of this overall. The point of doing these tanks for myself is different than your point. For me, that point is making videos and showing you the whole thing. Eventually, I will do a sweeping video on the series as a whole. But for you as a player, now there's two kinds of players really. Those that are playing only free tanks, or tanks they can acquire for free or through earn operations, which is fine. If you're one of these guys, these are all good tanks for you to get, because these are effective tanks that don't cost any gold. They don't have any premium bonuses, but they don't cost gold. Okay, and the thing is, the BegleitPanzer itself plays a lot like another premium tank that I have, and that premium tank is the Warhammer Ignis, because it is also a tank that has a rocket and a chain gun, or a chain cannon. So it's a little bit different, you know, but it's very similar conceptually. And I'll show you that, you know, just to jog your memory if you haven't seen one. recently. There we go. And this is the Warhammer Commander. This one's very similar because you have a 20 round, well, chain cannon, and then a rocket, and it has, geez, how many rockets does it have? 10 rockets. So you get 100 rounds, which the BegleitPanzer has 96 rounds. And I don't know, the BegleitPanzer has, I think it has 8 rockets. So, this Ignis has more, apparently. Let's take a look at the Begleit. Oh, I'm sorry, it has 8 times 2. Okay. That beats the heck out of me. Oh, I see 8 regulars, and I've got 8 regulars and 8 premium. So what is the dealio with this? I need to get off. I mean, these have been working pretty good. These regular rockets have been working fine. I'm gonna go with all premium. Forget that. I want penetration power, baby. So, learn something new. Thank you very much. Okay, so it has more rockets than the Ignis. Their armor is very similar. They cannot take a pounding at all. So their armor is light. Let's put it that way, to say the least. But the Ignis has 4 more chain gun shots. The BegleitPanzer has 96. The maximum guys I have killed in the Ignis was 4. The maximum I've killed in the BegleitPanzer is 3. It's very similar. They feel like they're similar tanks. They're okay tanks. Even though I'm a light tank player, this is not the kind of light tank I play with, excellent success. I'm playing the Scout Lights is my favorite. These are good. Other people are fantastic. Brownie is a freak in this tank, of course. So this is one of those things that it's really a lightweight medium, not a Scout light tank, because it's not that fast. In the game I'm going to show you, which is the best game I played, I had a maximum speed of 79. I had not gotten the engine upgrade. I now have the engine upgrade, and you'll see here my top speed is 83 rather than 79. So let's go check out the game, shall we? Dragon Ridge. Now I'm going to show you this from Duke's Crow's Nest, which is something I made up today. I realized I didn't have a name for it, so it's my crow's nest. I've had a lot of great results from that position. And today is no different. Now, BegleitPanzer looks very good. Nice tank, performs pretty well. However, it's not my style of medium. The armor is nothing to write home about. But its mobility is killer with the guns. And the gun works fairly well. You can actually snipe people with that gun, shot by shot, if you want to do that as well. Now this game starts off fairly slow for me, and then it gets better. So don't let this dullness in the beginning, dissuade you from watching the battle. This was the best game I've had in this tank, which is why I figured I'd show you. Because like I said, you get to see the most action. I think this gives you a better idea of how the tank plays. But unfortunately, for me, it's not my style of tank. it's really good if it is your style. And so that's really the key. I mean, it's solid. I could play it and get better at it, but I don't care. It doesn't appeal to me. When you're making videos and stuff like that, there's certain things you have to just, I choose to do A or B or C. You can't do them all. You'll go insane trying to. So you got to make, executive decisions. I'll pursue certain tanks, progress, but not others. Oh, that's really good. Bang! How's it feel, baby? Hurts like a son of a gun, let me tell you. But like I said, the best thing about this tank is this whole line. It's a tech tree tank. Doesn't cost you any gold. So you're going to get killer tanks set. I was sniping that guy. Oh, there he is. He's ammo racked. I'll get you dizzy. So these guys are charging, like right here. Hey, buddy. Tag, you're dead, baby. That was an... No, I'm rocking. Sniping at this point, which is, one of the things I can do, fairly effectively. This Cmdr has sixth sense, so I'll know if I'm being counter-targeted. Hello, my brother. So long, chump. Bang! BegleitPanzer. Or rocketing hunting panther. I'm sorry, armor. Tank, whatever. It's literally translates as armor, but they call their tanks armor instead of tanks. Tomato, tomato. That's the chain gun sniping. It's surprisingly effective. Guess what? Now that dude is a 4211, and that dude is really strong against rockets. So I didn't do great against him, but I did damage. We're winning. I can't complain. And those are all, as you can see, those are the cheaper rockets. Those are the regular versions. Those were not premiums. So those rockets work fine, but in the future I'm going to use all premium. I'm not worried about it because I'm not long term going to look through this tank for this kind of play. I have an Ignis, which is way more fun for me for Air 2, and for Air 3 I have the Weasel, which is even more fun than the Ignis. This guy's trying to steal my kill, so I just close him out of there. Here we go. Smashing. That was the Ignis himself. It's a really great fun tank. But this is like the cheaper version of the Ignis. But, cheaper. Way less expensive because it's just silver. Warhammer tank. That Ignis Warhammer tank, I paid the full price of that because as a licensed product, you couldn't get it for cheaper. So, whatever. Haven't taken any damage. That's the advantage of the crow's nest. If they're not paying attention, you can rule this map. And I did a real good job of ruling the map, relatively speaking, in a tank that's not really my expertise. Now that other guy is hiding down in like Kilo Zero. There he is. You know, the, what do you call it? The crow's nest is like right here, about J5. So I was already down there, but you know, I'm not going over there. We got this in the bag. I already had a bunch of damage. You'll see that here in a few moments. I had a bunch of damage and a bunch of spotting. So it was like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'm working my way, you know, to get upgrades. And it was like one or two more games after this game where I got the engine upgrade so I could be more mobile. This one is not that mobile. So that's why I took advantage of the crow's nest to snipe with rockets as much as possible. Got to know your limitations of your tank and the limitations of your skill. And so this was like the first time I was ever really able to get into rocket sniping, and my score was better because of it, because that's more along my skill level or skill set than a lightweight medium tank, because I'm not a great medium tank player. But that's okay. It's still a really good tank. You just got to know what you can do and what you can't do. Alright, really good. Like I said, best one ever played in this tank. So got a second place. That was fantastic. No complaints, obviously. You know, that Martyr A1 is a really good tank if you're, you know, of that ilk. Here at the end of game screen, you could see the stats of what was going on. So you saw that yellow bar jack up. So yeah, it was like one game later, bammo, I got the engine upgrade. But I killed 3 guys in that match, had 4,200 damage and almost 3,000 assists. So that was a combined, you know, 7250 plus performance. That's why I was in second place. I even made money, 55,000. That was fantastic. My commander has 8 skills, and I'll show you the skills I have on there. That's another thing you need to do, is you need to have a really good commander. And what I did in this series of tanks was had one commander, which is her, and went tank to tank to tank to tank, so that her skills are building the entire time that I'm unlocking the next tank, get it, unlock the next tank, etc. The more skills you have, 6, 7, 8, or 9, the better it is. And you saw it pay off in that last game. So this one, the only thing really that stood out is ATGM Expert. I'm sorry, that's fire and forget. You know, got to damage at least 3 guys, but more than anybody else on the team. So that was fantastic. You know, speak for itself. Now that Martyr went berserk. 53.95, really good job there. And then again, third place guy had a good game, 4th good, 5 good. This is a low grade tank, so gets a bonus. Great spotting, you know, solid. Anytime you kill one guy, that's a solid performance. You're helping the team win. You know, you're not a superstar, but you're helping the team win. So all of those guys who made kills, really solid games. No problems. This guy had a pretty good game. I went 8. You know, he had a solid 2691, and I'll take that. If that's what I get in every game, I'll take it. It's good enough. It advances your progress for sure. So that's BegleitPanzer. Now let's look at the commander. This is Liana. So she's got the Sixth Sense, camo expertise. This is the muffled shot. Now this one was really set up to max out effectiveness in the Martyr A3, the Era 3 version. The only armor you can put on there is armor England. Anti-fire with fire prevention, you know, anti-crew damage with pain tolerance. So it makes it harder, 20% decreased chance of crew injury, because I don't use the first aid on here. I have the enhanced rations and I have the enhanced gasoline. Also reload. Now notice on here I do not have steady aim, and I'll show you why. And also this is the born leader. Now remember, born leader, enhanced rations, and the fan, which is the ventilation, all do the same exact thing. So stack all three whenever you have a chance, and I got all three stacked on this team. Huh, that just means Leanna is stacked. Oh, had to say it. Anyway, see, there's the fan right there. There's the enhanced rations. So I get the, adjustments in crew performance. So here we go. Now there's an upcoming turret upgrade, so it'll give me 200 more hit points, that'll help a lot. So what we have here, the gasoline gives you enhanced turret rotation speed. And the thing I'm going to show you with the steady aim, which I don't have, will explain itself. So you have that's the rocket, I'm sorry, no, that's the 57mm Bofors cannon. That's the chain gun. The butt kicker, 24 shots per clip, and you get 4 clips. Or 4 magazines. But you'll see the accuracy on that is right there in the center, 0.25. With no steady aim, it's a 0.25. You don't need a steady aim on this thing. Now it's a little bit higher if you don't have the enhanced rations, the fan, or the born leader, or any or all. Each one you take away will knock off. Will add a point, 26, 27, 28, which is still good. I consider 30, 0.30 sniper quality, just for a ballpark. The one weakness you have here really is, accuracy during rotation on the far left under the turret picture. 1 meter off center when you're rotating your turret firing, so it's not really great when you're passing a guy and shooting him with a locked on gun. If he's a heavy tank, maybe, a bigger tank, it just depends on the armor. But pretty solid stuff. This will show you. This is the gun. I don't have the upgraded gun, and I don't have the upgraded turret. But this one has a 25 for the gun cannon and 25 for the rockets. So we look at the upgrades. Turret is upcoming. That'll give me 200, hit points more. There's a new radio that's better. And then gun upgrade goes to 0.23 accuracy with no increase from steady aim. Now, steady aim does affect... Oops. Sorry, wrong button. Steady aim does increase accuracy during rotation. Or, I'm sorry, it decreases the number, which means it's more accurate. The number you see there, 1.02 meters, is off center. While the gun is rotating, it's going to fire 1 meter off center. If you add steady aim, I'm not going to do it because you don't need it. But if you added it, it would knock it down to maybe 0.75 or 0.8. It depends. You'll notice this if you ever have to shoot that chain gun while rotating the turret. It's not the greatest thing, but whatever. Just giving you the heads up there. Because this commander is quite good. And there's things. Now again, when I talk about the commander, all commanders, you're going to have skills that you have. Some are right or wrongs. Do this, not that. Some are what I call chocolate or vanilla. You choose chocolate, I might choose vanilla, and they're both good. It works for you, and mine works for me, and we're good. We're not the same exactly, but we're both, doing the job. So that's the thing. These, a lot of these, you don't have to have Sixth Sense. It's nice. It's a nice bonus if you have it. You don't have to have muffled shot to make your shots less seen when you fire. This is chocolate or vanilla. If you don't do camo sniping, you don't need really camo expertise. So really chocolate or vanilla for the top 3. This one is really right, because this is the only deflection of damage you're going to get that's bonus. You'd be insane not to put it on your... I put it on basically every tank. But it's up to you. I mean, I'm not telling you how to run your life. Fire prevention, what's the fire chance on this tank? Fire chance on this tank is 5.88. I might take that off in the future, but that's very low. I don't catch fire in this tank. That's what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to live with it and go with it. I also, like I said, I don't have the first aid kit, so this works in place of first aid. If a guy gets whacked, oh well, you know, you lose a commander or whatever. It doesn't happen very often. So again, it's not this is a chocolate or vanilla. This is chocolate or vanilla to a degree, because this tank has a low starting fire chance. So it's up to you. I think the only one so far that's right or wrong is the armor angling is dead on. You need rapid loading. You need to get the reload down reasonably as low as possible, because it's not low. That's one of the weaknesses of this tank. But, you know, that's fair. It's no problem. You can score. You just got to pay attention. Born leader is right. It's just, if you don't have born leader, I think there's something wrong. Okay? That's my opinion. If you don't want it, that's fine. You know, but realistically, I'd say get these 3 for sure. And then go with whatever floats your boat. Now, I've used all of these: Sixth Sense, Camo Expertise, Muffled Shot, and a few others from info that I got from Ricky. That guy, you know, made a really great video about the Weasel, but it's actually applicable to other rocket tanks, and this is a rocket tank. So I used some of his Weasel advice here, and it's helping. In this game, it was phenomenal because I was playing Rocket Sniper. Because the armor in this tank is weak and the speed is mediocre. That's not, you know, great. The Weasel works because even though the armor is weak-ish, it's small and hard to hit, and it's super fast. So you can get away with lesser armor. This tank can't really get away with it. In my hands, I'm not that kind of player. If you're that kind of player, well then jackpot for you. It'll be awesome. So really, that's all that I have for you on this one. It lasted a little longer than anticipated, but I gave you a lot of killer info. Like I said, especially for those of you who are looking at whether they want to go into this kind of line and see what's going on. I thought this was a really good example of what goes on and what you can expect. So, well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it would be really helpful if you leave a like for this video. Help spread the word. Tell your friends so they can learn about this. Possibly leave a like, possibly subscribe, you know, what have you. Because the subscriptions help a lot, and it also gives you notifications for whenever I make a video like this one, or also a classic shorty. So, hope you enjoyed it. Glad to have you guys here. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in another video. And I'm out of here.